Kevin Stefanski talked about how the quarterback reps will be divided moving forward as they get ready for this season.
I'm more so in the focusing in the moment, really. But like I've told you, and we're excited about Jacoby and have a ton of trust in Jacoby. And when Deshaun is ready, he'll rejoin the team.
Will he play Sunday?
He will not play.
Let me ask then, why is he practicing so much this week?
Yeah, I think part of it, Tony, is making sure that we get a lot of work for Jacoby, for Deshaun, because eventually he will be playing. And we want to get a good look at some of our scheme versus another scheme, if you will. But ultimately, as we transition out of this week, Jacoby will get really all of the reps.
And again, Quincy, important to note, Brown's getting ready to ride with Jacoby Brissett for the first 11 games.
Yeah, it's interesting, right? Jacoby Brissett's going to be in there. And I think, and this is what I think this needs to happen for the Browns, if you want to salvage the season, right? When it comes to Jacoby Brissett, we have to talk about what are the goals in these 11 games. What are the realistic goals that this team can achieve that can keep them in contention, right? I think 5 wins is just enough. That is the bare minimum of wins that you can get that would keep the season alive by the time that Deshaun's ready to return. I think 6 is the amount of wins that you really would like because it gives you some wiggle room there. If you get to 7, you give Jacoby Brissett 2 years in the contract. Like, I don't care. Like, he will be Cleveland's favorite son if he gets to 7. Because not only does that salvage the season, quote unquote, it keeps you in contention for the division because you're talking about 6 games against you got 1 game against Baltimore at home. You play Cincinnati on the road, who you matched up well against in the past. Those are your 2 toughest games in those stretches. Every other game in that stretch is winnable. So, like, even if you do go 4-2 in that stretch, you're talking about still being able to win 11 games and still having a real chance at winning the division, if not at least a wild card spot. So 7 would be amazing. I don't think you get anything more than 7 wins out of this 11-game stretch. But 6 and 5, that's where you want to be, right, when it comes to the Jacoby Brissett and the win total. And I think we have gotten so abstract with this whole quarterback situation that we forget that like 6 wins is a very doable thing for a good NFL team in 11 weeks. That's not hard to get to. I believe the Browns last year had like 6 wins within 11 weeks with awful quarterback play. So it's not impossible. It's very possible. So, the suspension length, it's long, but I don't think it's preventative for the Browns to be able to make the playoffs because I think Jacoby Brissett might surprise some people. And again, his splits aren't bad, or as bad as people say, because like whenever I hear Jacoby Brissett, it sounds like you got to have Spam for dinner. Like they bring up Jacoby Brissett. And I think that's a little bit like too far on the disrespect of him. I think he's fine.